take you on the journey. Mt.Gilead Full Gospel International Ministries is truly an international church with a call to the nations. We've traveled to 22 different countries on the mission field, spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. The first leg of our journey spans from 1996 to 2000. Our very first trip was a solo mission to Uganda for Bishop Daniel Robertson Jr.
When I went on that first trip, before going, I knew within my spirit that this would not be my last.
And it wasn't. The following year, Bishop Robertson traveled to Uganda again, this time with Assistant Pastor Kenneth Mitchell and Minister Kathy White. Co-pastor Alina Robertson remained at home with the family, but a shift in her spirit started to take shape.
I remember feeling a tug in my heart, and again I had to check it because I wanted to make sure it was because he's leaving, he's my husband, and we're here with the kids, and he's gone, and I had to really see, okay, God, is this a tugging in my heart? And it ended up being a tugging in my heart. So that third year I ended up going, went to Lira in Uganda, and sure enough it was really the tug, it wasn't emotion, because when I got there it was immediately began to see just the need, and how the word says that the fields are ripe for harvest, and they really were. The people there hungered for God, hungered for more, and it was just a blessing to be in a position to be able to pour out more.
The first year I went, and then the next year 3 people went. The following year it was 6, and then after that the floodgates just really opened up.
Pursuing, advancing, and taking territories. The second leg of the journey in missions from 2001 to 2005 was really a time of expansion. Mt.Gilead developed strong partnerships with 2 mission organizations, Shalom Outreach under the leadership of Pastor Julian Dangerfield, and Know the Truth Ministries under the leadership of Reverend Gerald Robinson. Missionaries from Mt.Gilead ventured from Africa to Australia, going on 2 trips to Solomon Islands. Even as the number of missionaries steadily grew, Mt.Gilead covered all expenses for the trips. The Lord spoke to Bishop Robertson and told him to put 10% of the church's tithes and offerings into a missions account.
Initially you think giving 10%, the church could use that, but I am so glad that we began to put that 10% aside, because that's how we are able to send the missionaries overseas. And the last few years we've spent $250,000 sending missionaries around the world, and it's a glorious thing.
With 10 years of experience on the mission field under our belt, God continued to open up new doors for Mt.Gilead to take the gospel overseas. During the third leg of the journey, from 2006 to 2010, we visited Haiti every year with KTT, putting our hands and our hearts to work.
It's a good chance that without this ministry, which is God's church, people probably would have never had that particular experience.
The Holy Spirit moved through Africa as well, as we conducted medical missions in Kenya and set foot in Nigeria and Mozambique. It was a new experience for so many who had never traveled overseas before.
People they shout, they run, they get so excited because it's a chance of a lifetime.
And getting selected to go is never a guarantee. At the beginning of each year, Bishop Robertson goes into the war room, as he calls it, reviews all mission applications, and lets the Holy Spirit lead him in picking the missionaries.
I look at the pictures, I see their faces, and the Lord will show me, send that one, send this one. Depending on what the mission is, we have to select people based on their gifts and their abilities to go to a particular place. Like if we're doing a medical mission, we need to send enough medical personnel and evangelism type people.
At the end of 2010, Bishop and co-pastor decided to create an international missions ministry.
Although we partnered with other outreach ministries and they do a lot of the groundwork for when you get over there, we saw that there was great need for more training and preparation.
Reverend Shirley Wilkins eagerly accepted the assignment to lead this ministry, setting the pace for the fourth leg of the journey from 2011 to 2015.
And so our international missions team has done a great job with prepping and having certain orientations and trainings and giving information to the missionaries that really has helped them to have that cutting edge for when they do hit the missions field.
For the first time, Mt.Gilead ventured to Asia, sending missionaries to India, China, and Thailand, the world's largest destination for human trafficking. In Thailand, we partnered with Patricia King of Extreme Prophetic Ministries. Mt.Gilead also sent missionaries to South and Central America, spreading the love of Jesus in Guatemala, Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil, where our youngest missionaries go to minister. We didn't forget about the U.S. either, taking the good news to major cities like New Orleans, Atlanta, and Harlem for the very first time. As we reflect on the journey, we must give God glory. Over the span of nearly 2 decades, more than 2,000 missionaries have traveled debt-free to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, including husbands with their wives and dads with their daughters. We've witnessed thousands receive salvation, healing, and deliverance. Mt.Gilead has spent more than $3 million on the mission field so far.
All the monies that we've put on the mission field, God just continues to bless us, and we know that's one of the reasons why.
So, what's next? Where does the journey go from here?
We intend to take the apostolic and the prophetic into places. Our next journey deals with more detailed work in certain areas, a concentration. For example, next year we're going into Kenya, and we're going to go in with a plan not to just do evangelism, but we're going to do discipleship training. I am so grateful that Mt.Gilead Full Gospel International Ministries is really a ministry that's known around the world. And really, this is really a big part. This is basically, I would say, the foundation of who we really are. And I just thank God that we are truly changing lives around the entire world. So I bless God for that.